Hey everyone, I'm Mine, and this is set number 71707, Kai's Mech Jet from LEGO Ninjago Prime Empire. This set contains 217 pieces, 2 minifigures, and retails for $19.99 in the US. This set's very interesting in that it has 2 alternate builds. It has the mech, as shown here, and it has a jet form, which we'll take a look at after I review this. It's very rare nowadays for LEGO sets that aren't creator to have alternate builds, so that is quite cool. I know a lot of people, when they heard about that, were hoping that it was like a Transformer sort of thing where you didn't have to rebuild it and it actually could just transform into the other form. And while that would have been cool, that's not very possible in actual LEGO. So the fact that it's just a rebuildable set is still nice, and for only $20, it's fun that it has that feature. As for this mech form, though, I can't say I love it. I was hopeful for this. The mech form is why I bought this set. I actually, at the time of recording this, I have not built the jet yet. I'm going to build the jet after this for this recording, but I can't give an opinion on the jet as I'm reviewing the mech. But the mech form was very disappointing to me. It just feels very I don't know. Ninjago's done a lot of mechs, and this one feels very weak. It does feel like a mech made out of parts that weren't meant to make a mech, which makes sense because it's also meant to make a jet, but this arm right here, the way it holds the sword, and it's got these exposed anti-studs right there, I don't love that. The entire thing feels very flimsy. It knocks over quite easily. The feet are quite thin. The arms feel quite short. There's not a ton of range in them. The elbows are very weird. They can go side to side, but they can't really go forward and back, which is not how elbows work. There is some level of posability in the feet, though, as I said, look, the legs feel very, very thin, so that is a bit strange. It actually can get quite a few poses out of it, but that is just a bit weird, just the way they look. One of the strangest things about this build, though, is the cockpit. You've got this piece right here, which can open up to access the cockpit. However, there's no, seat for Kai, or, place for him to stand. Instead, you attach his legs to the back of the vehicle. Just like this, and he's just sort of, attached with Lego connections, but it doesn't really, make sense how he's there physically. And then you can close it up like that. And when he's in it, it doesn't look terrible. However, that just feels so, I don't know, it feels to me like he's not supposed to be there. If you look at it from the side, he looks like he's sort of just stuck. It doesn't look like he's piloting the mech, and that's just very, very bizarre to me. I really don't like how that looks. As you may have seen, you've got these big wings in the back, which you can close up like this, or you can have all the way out. Those are quite cool and give a cool, I don't know, anime-style feel to this mech. I do like that quite a bit. And looking from the back, it's actually one of the better-looking mechs in the back. You have a few exposed Technic pins right there, which isn't great. Some anti-studs right here, which I don't love. However, this entire wing section looks quite good from the back, which is kind of shocking, honestly, because mechs tend to have really bad backs, and this one isn't bad at all, so I quite like it like that. As a whole, though, I'm not a huge fan of the mech, so let me rebuild this into Kai's jet and see if I like that any better. So here's the set's alternate build, Kai's jet, and as you can see, it's quite different from the Kai mech. It is a very, very flat plane. The other one's a big, bulky mech, well, this is a very flat plane, and I think I like this better than the mech. It feels a lot more complete. The mech feels like they're wasting a lot of, not wasting a lot of parts, but the mech feels like it has a lot of open space, and it feels like weird part usage, part usage that works, but they're only using those parts because they have to. Well, this one, it feels like this could just be a set called Kai's Jet, and I wouldn't question it, while the mech just feels a little awkward to me. This does leave a lot of leftover parts, Kai's mech only has one part left over, while this one has a good probably 30 to 50. I don't know, though. I think I like this one a lot more. I still don't love this build. It's not amazing. As I said, it's very flat, and it doesn't have that much dimension to it. It's got a seat for Kai to sit right there. It's got this. The stickers make a lot more sense in their placement, and it just feels like a far more complete build than the mech does. You've got the green blades coming out the sides for wings, then also one coming out the back to show that it's going fast, and I like that. This feels very similar to the 2 vehicles in the Jane Lloyd's Velocity Racer set, which makes sense considering this is from the same scene in the show. And I don't love that set either. I just think they're all fine. This is a good Prime Empire vehicle, however, it's just nothing all too special to me. If you do get this set and you're wondering which of the 2 to build, though, I'd say I'd recommend this one. I think this one's definitely the better of the 2. Oh, and if you're curious how it looks in the bottom, there it is. This set also contains an orange loot box / katana holder, and I believe this is the cheapest way to get this color, and it's just nice. These come in almost every set, but this one's nice here, and I like it. And then finally, in terms of builds for this set, we have this little surfboard for Richie the Rat. He comes with a surfboard in almost every set that he comes in, everyone except for the Gamers Market, I believe. And it's a quite simple build. It's just a surfboard piece with a little clip on the back with a stud on it to represent digital exhaust coming out. And then on the bottom, he just has a little boomerang piece. Here are the 2 minifigures included in this set. We have DigiKai and we have Richie. This is the second cheapest way to get DigiKai. He does come in the Avatar Kai arcade pod, but this is the cheapest way to get him in a regular set. And I believe this is the cheapest way to get Richie, so that is something to keep in mind. I've gone over both of these guys at length many times before, so I'm not going to get into it too much here. However, I like both of these figures. Kai is a really, really excellent figure, probably my favorite or second favorite Digisuit. I really like the blue and the white and how it all combines with the red. It looks awesome. And then Richie is a really fun design. I like the bright pink and I like the pixelated design of the vial and the skull on his torso. And then the little touches of green just give him a nice splash of color that he wouldn't have otherwise. They each come with their own weapons too. Richie comes with like this game controller with like two blades coming out each side, while Kai comes with this transparent green sword on a video game controller. Something to keep in mind is if you built the jet version of this set rather than the mech, you actually cannot have Kai hold his weapon because you have to use that controller piece for the handlebars of the jet, while the mech version of the set does not require those, so you could keep it as the weapon for Kai. Here these two are with accessories removed, so you can get a better look at each of their torsos. And here are their back torso prints and alternate faces. I've said it many times before with Kai, but I love this alternate face for him, this like scared, shocked face. It's a new expression for him, and it only comes on his Digisuit. So I highly recommend you pick up at least one of the sets that it comes with this Digisuit, because this is like a really, really cool expression to have for Kai. Richie, I like the little green pixelated heart on his back, and once again, like the little green splashes of color are cool, and the metallic silver is a quite cool print color too. So overall, would I recommend this set? Prime Empire is a really big wave, and there's a lot of sets to consider from it. This is not one of my favorites, but it's also not one of my least favorites. I'd say if you don't have a ton of money, this is a good one to pick up because there's a lot to do with this set. The fact that it can be like rebuilt into different configurations allows it to like have a lot more mileage than your average $20 set. That being said, what it comes with, it's just not that exciting. The mech's an okay build, and the jet's better, but it's still just okay. Like, neither of the builds of this set are amazing. The minifigure selection is okay as well, but there's nothing too great here. I just feel like there's lots of better options out there. The Avatar Kai arcade pod's a much better way to get Kai. You get him for $10 cheaper, and you get the exclusive Avatar Kai figure, which is an awesome figure, so I highly recommend you get that instead. But if you're looking for a fun build and you're like, you don't have a ton of money and you want to be able to like build more, like this is something you could build twice and rebuild as many times as you want. So that I think that's like the main draw of this set. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you do decide you want to get this set, you can click the first link in the description. That's my Amazon affiliate link, and it'll take you to the Amazon listing for this set. If you buy this set through that link, it'll help support me at no extra cost to you, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos like this almost every day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!